Okay, awesome. All right, what's up, guys? So today we're going to be discussing about Amazon FBA and how to make money on Amazon. What I personally do, what I don't do, what things I typically stay away from, things I really dive into, and then we're going to go through my analytics on like some of the products that I buy. One is that obviously you got to have an account. You got to have an account that sells, that's approved to sell things. How you know if you're approved or not is by just going to the tab, and if it's locked, that means you're not. That means Amazon doesn't trust you enough to sell a product. So if it's locked, it's just because you don't have enough experience on the account. Such that, like, for instance, like Amazon has to trust you to sell the things, because if they don't know you and you sell a product and it's just completely garbage, and that customer sees, because the customers don't know that you're a person behind it. All they know is Amazon. I bought this from Amazon and Amazon messed up. So when you first start on Amazon, they don't trust you to sell anything that's important and that actually makes money. So it's like really hard to just keep going and keep getting started because you don't have that relationship built. But once you start making sales, you find things that you can sell, and you keep going with the ladder, then that's when all the money starts coming through, and that's when they'll be like, okay, you can sell this, you can sell that, and then you'll go from there. Next is finding leads to sell. So you have to find things to sell on Amazon, and how can you do that? For one, you can join the Discord, which is the thing that our first sponsor for the YouTube video is going to be Reseller Hive. It's a Discord group that lists products that you can sell on Amazon. Not only do they list profitable items every single day, they also have a bot checker that you can search from your location. Just type on the computer, type in your zip code, and shoot out all the Walmarts in your area of what prices they are, what item location they are, and all that good stuff. And you can join. I'll have a link in the bio or somewhere where you can join, and it's a good group. So how do you know if the item is good or not? So I bought this item at Walmart for $5, and it sells on Amazon for $33.99, and it sells 704 times a month. So it's a top 1% of its class. So of Amazon, it's 1% of Amazon in this category, in this department. So in fans, it sells in the top 1%, and that's typically where you want to be at. 704 times a month. Let's do some quick math. I'm not excellent. 704 divided by 30. So that means this item sells 23 times a day, which if you buy 10 of them, they'll, like, hypothetically, they could all sell in one day. So that's when you know if you got a good product or not. Typically, I like to stay above 30. So at least one time a day is kind of like where I like to be at. And then you can go and see analytics of it, which is the sell ranked. It's going from 3,000, 4,000, 11,000, and then it shot real up when the price got super high, around $50 to 17,000, and now it's shooting on its way back down, and it's at around 7,000 when the price is a little bit lower. And you can see all the people that are on it. These are all the people that sell. You right there, you can see me, and it's pretty simple. Like, that's typically what you want to do, and you have to research this product. And since Amazon's on the listing as well, I get a little bit scared. I guess they just jumped off. So they were on the listing, and then now they're not. See the orange? See how it's orange and then it goes to white? So they jumped off. When Amazon's on the listing, it makes it typically harder because you're competing versus Amazon, which is pretty difficult to do. But we can go to the next item. Okay, right here, I sold $540 with 31 units of this. So let's go over this. Let's go over the analytics of this item. And this is all me walking into a store, scanning it, and finding the product. So this item sells 472 times a month. So a little bit less than what the other item did, but it's still really good. Like I said, where you want to be at is around 30. because at least one time a day. So now you're not sitting on inventory for a long time. Although like Amazon does have it. So I also bought this item for $5. And now Amazon's on the listing as well. Same thing here. Like it was selling at 30. You can see it was at 30. I'm trying to put my mouse on it. And it just goes, and the market just fluctuates. And it just goes. Sales rank was all the way down to like 9,000, 10,000. Right here is 9,000 at $23. So, I mean, obviously, the price goes lower, more people want to buy it because it's at a better deal instead of where over here it was at $30. And then now it's going down to like $18. So this item is kind of crashing, and that's okay. It's still a sale. And then you see all these people on here, FBM, FBA. Typically, I do everything FBA. Can't even see my name. Oh yeah, because I sold out. Let's go over another item. So these I crushed. I really like these. Let's get some more data on this. So these only sell 49 times a month, which is still a good pickup because you got to think 49 times a month is still way like over one time a day. So every single day that this item is just constantly going out at $69. So I'll pick these up at 25, and the profit on these was 33. Right here, you can see all the analytics of the ranking and stuff like that. FBM, and also another thing to mention too is if you want to do FBA like me, like how I do, you'll crush these FBM people because Amazon, it has the item in stock. They know that they can ship out a better price or ship it out super faster, so they can get top dollar for that price rather than you shipping fulfilled by merchant. They don't know if you're going to be late. They don't know if you're going to cancel it. They don't know what you're going to do. But if you're shipping FBA, that it's on them, so they trust themselves more, and you build more of that trust. And then here you go. And then that's why the price is way higher. So FBM 69 versus 58. And you're missing out a little bit more money. So like right here, $69.99. Now you're making, $33, but $58.99, you're only making $23. So you're not making as much. You have to compete versus these big FBA people. Next thing is knowing if the items are good or not. So that's typically how you know if an item is good or not. All these items, we can go through in each one of these. They're all going to have that same. Let's look. They're all going to have that same status. This one's 56 times a month. It's above 30. Let's see if this one's above 30 as well. Let's see if I'm consistent. 165, making $7. The item is also very new. Like the listing is very new. So see, this was below 30. I bought this when it was at. This is what I did. I bought this below at like 17 times a month because only because it's below 30 doesn't mean it's terrible, but it just means like longer wait time. So I bought this on a new item around $11, making $6. Still good. You want your ROI between 40%, so 12. So around 40% all the way up to freaking 300. That's a little crazy. Around 300%. Like that's where you want to stay at, is between 40 to 300%. That's where I go. Or obviously more. If you can get more, if you get 1,500, that's awesome. Obviously great. And then next is where you get these items at. So I mean, obviously I can do the research. I can tell that this is a good item. I know I got this at a good price. We're the price I want. But where do I find these items at? That's where this Discord and our sponsor goes so crazy, because they have the bot checker that I was talking about earlier. Is that they have the bot checker where you can go from Walmart, to Target, Lowe's, Home Depot. You have all these other options that you can go and look at for and go to make money. All of them are great. All of them are big corporations that have to, they can't sit on items forever. Like this can, like this spray can. They get 1 million of these. So if they sell 700,000 and have to clearance the rest of the 300,000 items, like that's still a win for them. They're making however much money on each item. If they have to clearance out the rest of them, that's still good. That's why items go on clearance. That's why new toys come in. All this other stuff, like this is like that's why they do what they're doing. Is because it just goes on sale and they're looking for the next new item. Let's go back over here to the toys. This toy right here. I bought it at $10, crushed it, selling at I bought it at 10, making 12, they're selling at 35. The reason why Walmart marked this down to $10 is not because they just like losing money, is because they have a new toy to come in and replace this old toy. Because if this has been sitting here for 2 years and they sold 500,000, SKUs of them, 100,000 SKUs at $10, they're still getting some of their money back. They're still getting they're giving y'all the customers a good deal, but there's still a market for this toy. That's why you can come in and sell this item and make $12 on it. That's why it's so crucial. I'm not saying that everything's gonna be like that, but there's a lot of products that on clearance that you can crush and make, and there's still a value for that toy. Let's go to our next point. And then 5 is shipping them out, right? So once you get all the products, let's say you get all these products, I'm not going to do an Amazon order, but how do you do it though? I'll go through the basics. So let's say I find these again. This is just a couple steps. Obviously, I'm going to cancel this because this is just a practice. But this is how you ship it out. First, you have to, let's go here, save. So it's either you want Amazon to do the labels for you, because each item has to be labeled. So it's either you want Amazon to do the label or you want to do by seller, which I save myself 55 cents per item doing that. So that's what I do. And then you have to print these labels out. So let's say there's 3, you'd print, and then you would just print these labels out, and then they come right here. Is I use these little, let me go ahead and put it on the big screen. I go ahead and grab these notes, or these labels to ship them out, and that's how you put it on the product. You typically put it on the product UPC, so they don't scan the wrong thing. And then you go from there, and you type how many aisles in. So if you got 3, you put it ready to pack. Let's say you find 5 of these, so you do ready to pack. And if you find however many you find of these, let's say there's 10. Boom, you do ready to pack. Say pack individual units. Let's say you print out all these labels. All your labels are good. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, you have this item. This is the item that's right here. I found more of these. I'm going to ship them out soon. And if you want a private video of that, just put a comment in the description. Just put a comment down below. That's fine. But you just put the little label right here, and you're chilling. So next, you just pack. And this is for FBA. If you want to do FBM is a lot simpler, but it's more of a headache. Like, you have to ship the item out. You're getting lower prices because you're competing versus Amazon FBA. So that's why I always push FBA, is because you ain't got to deal with the prices. You do pay a little more, but sometimes it really all equals out. So all these items can ship together. Sometimes they'll make it where there's 2 different boxes. So there'll be one box right here and then another box right here. And different items go in different boxes because they're going into different places in the United States. Like, one will be shipping out to, Arkansas, or one will be shipping out to Texarkana, or, wherever they go, or, California or New York or Pennsylvania. I've had all of them. So you do, obviously this could probably fit all in one box. And then you put the dimensions. Well, let's say they can't, and you get confused and you don't know how to do this. Well, so let's say how many boxes. It's just an estimate. You can change this. So when I was first started, I was like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna fit in 3 boxes or 2 boxes. Just calm down. Don't worry about it. They could fit in 10 boxes, 100 boxes. I guess not 100 boxes, but 10 boxes, 15 boxes. Oh, I guess you can't do 15 either. Okay. Well, online. So you can do 10 boxes or 5 boxes, whatever. I actually have never went over 10 boxes, so I actually did not know that it was red. So that's kind of silly on me. But let's say you need 10 boxes. Obviously, you're not going to need that much for this example. So let's go more realistic with 5. You open web. So now you just kind of match the line. So let's say you put 2 of these in this box, 2 of these in that box, and then let's say you put fit 5, and then whatever the weight is. So these are probably like 2 pounds a piece. So 10, a pound, 10, or 12. These are probably about 2 pounds a piece. So 4 plus 12, so 16. So it'll be around 16 pounds. The kicker is on these is that you can't go over 50 pounds. So let's say you type in 54. I mean, obviously, it's not going to work right now, but if I were to hit continue, you cannot go over 50 pounds in one box because it's a safety issue for Amazon employees. And then that also can go back for Amazon where they'll get hurt with that. So you can't go over 50 pounds. And you also, unless the item is above, what was it, like 27 inches, the boxes that they won't fit as well. There'll be a problem with the boxes as well. That's why I always go to Lowe's. I get the extra large, which is 22 by 22 by 21 and a half, and that works out great for me. So hypothetically, let's just go ahead and say they all fit in one box. So 10, 5, and let's do 3. That's, let's say it's 50 pounds. 22 tab 22 tab 22, because I just round up. But let's see if it was 55. See, you can't exceed 50 pounds. Okay. That was just an error, which I was just showing you that you can't do that. But if you do 50, you're chilling. Okay, box did not meet the expectation. Dismiss warning. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that was. And then you go continue. Let's go to the next play, the next one. Which those two are like the hardest ones because you have to label everything. Because typically I do 100 plus item shipments, which you have to label everything, and then you just go here, which you just click the date. It's just generating how much it'll cost. You click the date that you'd like to ship it out, and then you just go through there and confirm the $36 or whatever it would be for to shipping these out. And that's it for an Amazon FBA order. Like it's really simple, guys. That's how you do it. We'll go ahead and just cancel that. Let me go ahead. 30 days. Just 10,000. Okay, and then after that, you just repeat. So once you can find a good system of finding leads, which there's multiple Discords, like you can do Reseller Hive. There's other ones out there that you can go and find. I think Reseller Hive is the best one, but you get leads posted every single day. You get a bot checker that checks all the different places in the United States. In your area specifically, so specific, however the fuck you say it. With the 50-mile radius, it tells you the aisle location because it actually uses the Walmart employee app as their data, so you can use that. Like you said, like I've said before, I've sold 10,000 this month in the last 30 days. I know what I'm talking about, and then you just repeat. Once you find a system, you can either source, freestyling, or you can actually just build up a route and then just hit it hard like that. We have many of our members, crush it every single day. So that's about it, guys. That's about as easy as it gets. It's just make an account, find leads to sell, go over those leads, make sure they're good. Obviously, if Amazon or the brand, I guess I didn't talk about that. So I want to give you a good example so y'all don't get out there. Amazon, Petco. So I mean that's probably a good example because although it's not the brand, but Petco is huge and they probably own the brand. Like if you found this, let's say hypothetically you found this, let's say for $2. Boom, you found it, or for $1. So you're making $3, but it's still not a good buy. Although it sells 70,000 times a month, which is that shit would sell instantly. It's still not a good buy. For one, because I mean FBA like shipping it would like destroy your profits. And two, Amazon controls the listing. Same with Petco. So Petco and Amazon, for one, Petco would probably send you like a letter in the mail because you have no rights to sell on Amazon or to sell this product. So Blue Buffalo or whatever. Although we can find a good deal like these toys earlier, great deal. Sorry, my cat. So this is a great deal. I'm paying 10, making 12. Great deal. Sells several hundred times a month, but I don't have the right to sell Gaga Foods or whatever this brand is. Same thing with Blue Buffalo. You don't have the right to sell that. So this brand, which is Petco, they'll probably send you like a thing in the mail and say like, get the F off our listing. Like we don't want you here. We don't want you selling our products, compete versus us. Amazon won't do that, but the brand will. So you don't want to get on an item. So let's say you see that the brand is whatever, and you see that name when you look at the items. Who else is selling it? You don't want to do that because they'll send you letters in the mail and they'll threaten you. They can sue you. They're like, if you want to take further action, we can, because you don't have the right to sell that item. So just don't forget that. Don't get burned with that. And if Amazon's on the listing, tend to stay away from it. Sometimes I risk it. Sometimes it's just like too good to pass up. The money's just too good. But like just know you'll have a lower chance of selling that item if Amazon's on the listing because they control the buy box. Because for one, it goes back to what I just at the very beginning of the video, what I'm saying. They don't trust you. They don't know you unless sold last 12 months. So I've sold 3,000 items and only have 9 reviews. Getting reviews is hard. They don't like Amazon people, like Amazon customers don't know who you are. They think you're Amazon when you're just trying to go out here and do retail arbitrage. So back to what I was saying, don't get burned with that. It's very easy to I bought hundreds of products. And then they're like, yo, get off our listing. And you have to respect it because if you go with it, then they can sue you and then you're in a legal case and you don't want to do that. And that's the shit people don't tell you too. Like they do not tell you. They just want you to buy their Discord or whatever. But it will help. But you don't have to use it. You just have to know this data right here. Just knowing this data right here. Because if this said 1 time per month, only 7 times per month. I mean, that's not stuff I want to mess with. So let's say they're at Walmart for $15. Boom. So you're making 10. The profit's 70. It matches all the other boxes that I was telling you to buy stuff. But it only sells 7 times per month. So you're gonna take 2 weeks, shipping it out to Amazon because that's how long it takes. And then you're gonna wait to build up a week of just inventory because you wanted it to ship out good. You want it to ship out good. You want to have a good shipment, and it takes a week to find how many items. And you're making $10. So now you're 3 weeks invested, and it might take 2 months. And then you're also competing. I mean, obviously there's only one person on there, so that's a bad example. But let's say there's 15 people on here. Now you're competing versus 15 other people to get that 7 sales. That only happens once a month. So you can be sitting on this. Let's say there's 20 of them. 15 times 20 I'm terrible at math. 15 times 20. You're sitting on $300 for 2 months, 3 months to make 10. So I mean, you're still making good money, but that's if it sells. That's if like, and then by time, because after so long of stuff not selling, Amazon just takes the listing down. So this is the stuff that you want to stay away from. That's seven per month. And also, I mean, this item is not terrible because look at the reviews. 83% of the reviews are 5-star, and it has 781 reviews. Reviews are everything. If you don't see an item, let's say you see an item that has seven per sales per month, and there's only one review, dude, like stay away from that shit. It's not gonna do. This item is like out of season. It does fit the category with 1%, but it is 7 per sales per month. This is like not the item that I particularly tell you to buy, but it's not great. There are worse out there. Like I wish I could have an example where I can show you, but I don't have one at the moment. But it's just not like that's not what you want to do. You want to make sure it's in the 1 to 2 percentile. You want it to be above 30 sales per month. And you want a good ROI. So you have that return instantly. So they sell 700 times a month. Let's say you found 100 of them. Hypothetically, you could get all 100 sales in that 1 month within like 5 days because they sell 23 times a day. If you own the buy box, which is the one that's bolded, you know that you're getting all the sales. Like that's what's showing up right here. This is the buy box. Once it's bolded, that's who sees your product. Because they're not going down here and looking for, you know, Wick, Florida. They're not going to care. That mom, that dad, or whatever that wants his light, he's not going to care. He sees 39, he's going to buy 39. So Bell and Hal is going to get that. But I do think that about wraps it up on how to do it. You know what to find. Because if you're going out there and scanning, if you find leads, you know, that sell good on Amazon, and you know now, like, what sells good, I mean, you just have to get out there and go do it. But that's about it, guys.